You don't think Mod Podge is strong enough to hold shells and glass? I bang it, literally bang it. That's how strong it is. So I had somebody a while back comment under one of my videos and suggested that I do a Christmas tree. Instead of using glass, use crushed shells that I find on my beach. I went and got some chunky sand shell mixture from the beach. I washed it to wash all of the sand out, dried it in the oven, let it sit in the oven overnight. It's completely dry. I had a lot of questions on if I can use Mod Podge, and you absolutely can use Mod Podge. Mod Podge is very strong. It dries rock hard. And it's a lot more economical than resin if you don't want to use resin. So it is a very, very good alternative. And so this is what I'm talking about. It's just crushed shells, little rocks. Like, so every once in a while, I find a piece of sea glass in here or even a shark's tooth. So what I'm going to do first, though, and this is really messy, and I just don't know of a better way to do it, but, oh, well, let me introduce my trunk, which is a mermaid tail that I've made previously out of resin, and then my star is going to be this star at the top. And I've made them using the Into Resin starfish mold. This is a diamond mold, and then the starfish mermaid tail mold. I will have a link in the description, and you can get 10% off of really anything on the Into Resin website, even these molds. So that's going to be my kind of my area here. And so that I know how much to mix, I'm just going to lay down my sand first. And I'll do that. Kind of use a little popsicle stick to form my sides. That might be a little bit thick, but I like a thick tree. Let's get the bottom nice and even. Just so you kind of know, look, there's a shark's tooth right there. Look at that, little bitty tooth. I'll leave it in there. All right, so that's kind of the general area. And you can go ahead and leave it on the base, mix up your Mod Podge, and then pour it on the top. I like to mix the Mod Podge with the sand in a bucket. That's why I'm going to use this. So this is just a fence picket, an old fence picket. Well, it's not old, but I think it was extra. I've primed it with some leftover house paint that I had, and then I just took some spritzes of blue and white spray paint and just gave myself a nice little textured background. I do want to glue my mermaid tail down, my trunk, and my starfish first. And I'm just going to use this craft glue. This has been a really good glue for shell art that I've done. Flexible, but it's very strong and durable. And it's a little bit cheaper than Gorilla Glue or E6000. And it's in this squirt bottle, which is nice and handy. Now in this bucket, the gloss Mod Podge, and I'm just going to put enough in there to cover my shell mixture. Oops, kind of made a mess there. Nice thing about Mod Podge is you can touch it with your hands. To help it along, you can use a little bit of water. Now you can go as high as a 1-to-1 ratio Mod Podge to water. I have never done that. I've never done that high of a ratio. I know you can do it, but I'm just not choosing to. So you see how it's all mixing together, and the sand or the crushed shell, there it is fully saturated. Now this Mod Podge dries clear, Put a little bit more in there. This Mod Podge dries clear, so you don't need to worry about it. And now I'm just going to put it on my board just like this. This kind of has the texture of like wet cement. Let me form my base first. And just kind of tamp it down a little bit. So that'll be kind of my bottom. And then just kind of start spreading it out. The stick helps to keep you straight, and it also helps you to keep your edges straight. Now, I like that just fine. Although, maybe make it a little broader. So see, you can kind of smoosh it a little bit along with your stick and make it broader if you want. I like that. And then I want it nice and flat on the top. And there's that little tooth again. All right. And now I'm just gonna let it dry. It's probably gonna take overnight. And think about what I want to put on as little ornaments. And I'm gonna have fun peeling the glue off my hands for sure. Actually just thought about what I could use for ornaments. Let me set this aside though. So I got these little mermaid molds on Amazon. And I probably didn't pay close enough attention to the size. Didn't expect these to be so small. But they are really, really cute. These little tiny little mermaids. So I think I want to make these as little ornaments for my tree. I think that'll be really, really cute. And because I'm not really worried about being cured really fast, I'm not going to use a fast cure and waste my fast cure. I'm just going to use some of the Bond Crafter casting resin for that. I've got this little bit left. I think that'll be fine. I color it with a little bit of this aqua mica powder. Not very much though. It's probably less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay. And I'm just going to pour very slowly. Slightly over poured that one, didn't I? I'll do these little dolphins too. Now we wait. Okay, so this has been sitting overnight, and I want to show you how strong the Mod Podge is. And I'm gonna bang it, literally bang it. That's how strong it is. Yes, you can use Mod Podge. All right, so my little mermaids are finished, and I think these are adorable. These are absolutely adorable. I especially love this one. That one. These two are dolphins. These are really, really cute. These will look good in oyster shells too, the oyster shell ornaments. I think I'm just gonna put these on here randomly. And then these are so cute. And then put some dolphins in here too. A couple of dolphins. And I think these are dolphins. They may be whales. I don't know. I think they're probably whales, but I think they're cute and they're going on the tree because this is my tree and I can do what I want to do. Right? Okay. So here we are. Let's put this one right there. Okay. So to attach, I'm not really sure how I want to do that yet. I'm going to try this craft glue. And then if it doesn't work, I can always come back with resin. All right, I'm going to see if this will stick enough. It might not. I might have to go back with some resin on the back. It needs to make really good contact with the shell. And we'll just see. It might work. That's really cute. Really, really cute. All right, we'll come back. The craft glue did hold the ornaments in place just fine, and I made this entire tree without a drop of resin, except for the ornaments, of course, and I probably could have used air dry clay instead and painted it, but I'm really, really happy with this quick little tree, and I plan on selling it at my next art show in a few weeks. That will be Cocoa Village in Cocoa, Florida, October 18th and 19th, so maybe I will see you there. Okay, friends, make it a crafty day. Bye.